All right. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Ruach
Rukakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles and others, a great millstone. And peace and safety to all the sincere Akim. All right, so me and the brother here, we were building in the spirit, and we decided that we want to do a lesson. And we want to make, it's going to be a real quick one. But we just want to talk about, Babylon the Great, and the fact that this place is likened unto a harlot, and Esau is not that invested in America as most people think he is. Really Esau is not even invested in America as you Negroes are. Our people are heavily invested into this place because they don't know anything else. So the energy is this so-called white man couldn't let anything bad happen to this place because God bless America, red, white, and blue and these things. But what people fail to realize is that there's a whole elitist of people that are ruling the world. Matter of fact, let's open up with that. Job 9 and 24. Because the elite of Esau and the Edomites as a whole, this is a battle of the world. This is a world thing. This is not just simply a county thing or a state thing, but America is a part of it, and America has a major portion in biblical prophecy. But we're going to show you. So let's get that in that the scriptures speak.
This is Job 9 and 24, and it says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?"
That's it. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and we know that the wicked is Esau. But Esau in this time and age has his hand on the whole earth. It's just that America is his whore. This is the place where he makes his money at. This is a money maker place. Okay, so again, he's not invested in this as strong as people may think. He came into this knowing that this was a place that we were going to set this up. We were going to take advantage of it for a time period, and then at another time period, they were going to plan on trying to destroy themselves. Because keep in mind, there is the Georgia Guidestones that says maintain humanity at a perpetual balance of 500 million. So that goes to show you that Esau, the so-called white man, the elite specifically, have an agenda to bring down this population themselves. And for anybody that thinks that that population drop has nothing to do with America, you're blinded in your own deceit. Okay, because this devil, this is a world domination move. Okay, you got a precept?
No, I was just pulling one up, but
Okay, yeah, bring it up.
it actually goes into. I was actually pulling up what you already had.
Okay,
so
yeah.
let's bring it out. This is Revelation 17, and I'm gonna start at the top. It says, "And there came out one of the seven angels which had the seven veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show you the judgment of the great whore that sitteth on many waters."
The great whore that sitteth upon many waters. All right, and that's that great whore is America, man. All right, when you think of a whore, matter of fact, I'm gonna look that up. Let's just go to that. That's Revelation 17, right?
17 and 1.
17 and 1. So I'm gonna go to the blue letter if I can. I don't have great signal. Matter of fact,
Yeah, I got
can you go to the blue letter to Revelation 17 and get that word for what is that, harlot, and see what comes up there.
And why I'm getting at, if I could just say real
Yeah, go
quick,
ahead, bro.
if you know anything about, for lack of a better term, pimps and hoes, a hoe has an expiration date.
Exactly. So and these seem like vulgar statements, but these are statements that the Lord used as a. The Lord doesn't put terminologies and words in just to fill in spaces. So, like you said, a whore has a expiration date, and the same thing with this place. Okay, so as soon as we get that word, I'm curious to see what does it say.
You want a harlot or whore?
Was it what does it say? Is it Revelation 17 and
One, yeah, it got whore.
whore? I'm sorry, I said harlot, but whore.
So it says, this is proni, which is a Greek word.
Joel G 4204. By the name.
All right, and it says a woman who sells her body for sexual uses, a prostitute, a harlot, one who yields herself to the defilement for the sake of gain.
Yeah, so this place was set up for the sake of gain. That's why when you read in Ezekiel 28, it says that thou have gotten riches through thy traffic. That traffic is all about coming to here. So again, Esau, the devil that he is, he don't love no hoe. Esau don't love no hoe. All right. And that hoe in this case is Babylon the Great. So this idea that Esau is so invested in this place, like again, there's levels to Esau. You have your behind the woods, Confederate flag, Budweiser drinking Edomites that love America, but then you have the elite that they're higher on the chessboard, or they have a higher viewpoint. They're Lucifer, literally Lucifer.
Right.
As the scriptures say that angel of light, that is going to fall like lightning, as the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing. They're not invested in land. They could care less. They could go set up shop in Africa. They've set up shop in Asia and different, Hong Kong and different places. It's not about the place. It's about the riches for them. And if anything, like with business, sometimes you got to know when to cut your losses.
And just to add to the brother's point, how many times in America, just using America as an example, have we seen Esau cut ties with a business or corporation or something like that when their usefulness has expired? Right? It's just like, all right, you know what? We don't need this anymore. Let's just go ahead and get rid of it. And that's going to be the same with America, just as a whole.
As a whole, from East Coast to West Coast, not a state or two, the whole thing. And everybody's going to forsake this place. Other groups of Edomites, the other groups of Edomites, whether the 10 toes, partly that was clay and partly that were iron, they're forsaking this place because of this evilness and the wickedness that is coming out of this place. Okay, let's go back to Revelation 7.
Okay. This is continuing on with verse 2, and it says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have made drunk with wine of her fornication.
And this all is a period of time. Like you said, there's an expiration date on this. And even though we know that there's a time and an hour, and then at 1 hour, the Lord says he's going to destroy this place. But Esau, even in his own economic mind frame or business mind frame, is looking at this of how long can he sit in this and deal with it. Now, the thing about it is matter of fact, if you would, what is that? Go to Job 5 and 12. All right. Because the thing about it is that with Esau, he's a businessman. Matter of fact, if you get that, I know what I want. Go get that, and I'm gonna get the other one. I just thought about it. It slipped my mind, but it just came back. We're gonna go to I'm gonna read mine real quick while it's still on my mind. Habakkuk 2 and 5. And it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but he gathereth unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. So even though we're saying that Esau is going to part ways with this, it's still a level of, like we were saying, we were talking about the business behind it off the camera, you got to know when to get out. So Esau's pride is not going to allow him to jump out at the right time, but he's going to sit in it, and it's going to cost him. Now, if you want to read that in Job.
This is Job 5 and 12, and it says, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty.
And part of that device that Esau has is going to be that RFID chip, which is part of what? The image of the beast, the New World Order, whatever terminologies you like to use, those parts, but it's known as the image of the beast in the system. But that mark of the beast is part of that device as well. And it's not going, what does it say? What does it say again?
It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty to set their hands to so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Right. Because this is they're moving towards their next phases of the enterprise. And America is not the enterprise.
No.
You guys want to see?
Well, I was going to say, America's not the enterprise. America was a median to set the enterprise up. That's what America was. And now America, if you look at just the infrastructure and how America is right now, you can actually tell that America's falling apart by the seams. America's gotten old. It's like an old hoe. She's gotten old. Titties are sagging. Ass are sagging. She got wrinkles. The then got blew out and you
Yeah.
can't profit from it the way that you was before. What did you do with that old hoe? Hey, I'm done with you, you know? And that's exactly what's happening in America. America is a corporation, right? And America is not as profitable as it once was. It actually has become a liability, you know? So it's getting to a point now where Esau's like, you know what? I just gotta let this hoe go, you know?
Now you've been using the word expendable, and the etymology, expendable is defined as that may be sacrificed to obtain an objective, and their objective is, like we were reading in Job the 5th chapter, their enterprise. And America is not a part of the enterprise, like how you said. It was just simply a deity or entity actually to finance. To finance and set forth what's necessary for the next parts, because in their eyes, their enterprise is full domination on the earth. It's full slavery. It's a smaller number. Again, the Georgia Guidestones. They want to knock down this. They want to knock down the population. They want to take away your. They want to get rid of what they deem unnecessary laws. They want to control. What's the word? Birth. In the senses of basically breeding to their liking, but that's the overall enterprise, and that's why the Lord is going to what's the word? What we just say?
It's gonna
Disappoint them. The Lord is going to disappoint them in this, okay? Because they think they have this thing planned out to a T. That they think that they're going to destroy America. Like that's how proud they are, is that they think that they're going to destroy this place and reset it up in their own right. Okay. Read that again.
It says, this is Revelation 17:2. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with their wine of her fornication. Verse 3, it says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast full of blasphemies, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
All right, so again, Babylon the Great is basically the head of these other nations. Like America is the primary power. This is Babylon the Great, but this place doesn't know that it's Babylon the Great and that it's set to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. But but that's why we're here. You get what I'm saying? That's why we're here to tell the message that America will be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles because it is Babylon the Great. But that doesn't mean that their plan isn't, even though their plan is the same as ours, or it's because it's prophecy, doesn't mean that they don't have their own agenda to destroy this place and move on. Right. You know, because this place is expendable. All right.
And if I could just add real quick, not only is this place expendable, America is actually a hindrance toward the building of the New World Order because of what America represents, what it embodies. You know, on a level, you know, not for us, not for the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but for Edomite, it represents slavery. I mean, it represents freedom. It represents prosperity. All of those things, the American dream, so to speak. So, you know, when you look at the American dream and all of these Americans are still believing that, that's actually a hindrance, because that's not what the New World Order wants. They don't want you dreaming. They don't want you prosperable. They don't want you making your own decisions. They want to do all that for you. So the idea of America has to be taken out.
Yeah, because there's no need for patriotism moving forward. That was part of the deceit of old because of what divide and conquer. Right. So they would set up these corporations around the world. Like you said, America's a corporation. Africa's a corporation. All these countries have been made into corporations to make money off of the people. So like how you said it, it's all part of that. It's not as, there's no need for patriotism. There's no need for a red, white, and blue flag flying, beer drinking Edomite and this new agenda. That's why they're going to come after them so hard. You know, you so-called white people, you should ask yourselves, why are you now public enemy number one? Remember, wasn't it just over the weekend in Philadelphia? You had all those Edomites marching. Yeah. And they went to jail. They got arrested. Because why? The elite don't need you to be patriotic and, you know, this is America. And if you don't like America, you can get the hell out of here. That is no longer needed, you know?
Right. As the brother was saying, yeah, that those days are over with. Why do you think They're cutting out everything that's happening to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is happening to the Edomites too. They're cutting off supply lines for the food for the Edomites just as well as Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Edomites ain't getting jobs neither. Them high-paying blue-collar jobs, they're gone. They're out the door.
Yeah.
You know, so they're being affected. And get this, you know, when a person has been used to living high on the hog, him and their families for such a long time, when you cut that off, right, their minds immediately revert back to the most basic way of thinking, because you've never been in a situation of impoverishness before. Your whole family has been profiting the whole time, so you become the most dangerous person out here.
Yeah.
You know,
was that Gerald Celente said that when when people have nothing else to lose and they lose everything they have, they lose it. And the main ones that are going to be losing it is these Edomites. I got a quick precept. This is Luke 10:18, and it says, "And he said unto me, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven." And like you were saying, see, it's one thing when you want to gradually go down or you want to gradually go up. Either one of those is kind of be detrimental to you. You don't want to just shoot up because you haven't taken the proper steps to get to that place. And the same thing is when you fall down, there's no you can't brace yourself. So these Edomites are going to feel it the worst because why? It's judgment on them. And number two, they're going to come to the point. Matter of fact, if you could get, what is this? I'm going to pull it up for you. If you could get Jeremiah, I think it's Jeremiah. I'm looking for where our fathers inherited lies. Yep, Jeremiah 16 and 19.
All right, this is Jeremiah 16 and 19. It says, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of our affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanities, and things wherein there is no profit.
Now the prophet Jeremiah was speaking to the Israelites in this, but this applies to Esau as well. And Esau has surely inherited lies and vanities and things that there are no profit, because there was never any profit in being an American. There was never profit in it. It was all based in lies and vanities. That's why the rest of the world laughs now and scoffs at Americans, because at one point it was, oh man, I wish I was an American. I wish I could go to America. But now fast forward in the year 2021, this is not the place. This is a shit country. Okay? Like you said, Edomites are living terrible lives, man. A lot of these businesses that have been closing down since the pandemic happened, Edomites have been taking a hit in that. You know what I'm saying? But where, you know, these jobs where they were just sitting on their ass eating sandwiches and just talking shit all day are being dried up because the elite don't want to share the wealth with their lower counterparts anymore. Okay, you got something?
Yeah. This is Zechariah 11 and 5. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. And the reason why I brought the precept out is because the ones that have been in power have been saying, blessed be the Lord. You know, they've been saying, blessed be the Lord, because they've had all this wealth, they've had all this money, they've had all of these things, you know.
They thought the Lord was with them.
They thought the Lord was with them, you see. And now it's about to be shown that the Lord ain't with you. You know, the Lord ain't with this America, is not with this American American dream. And he's about to show Edom that, hey, you're about to get all of your get back, as I was saying. You're going to fall fast. When you fall like lightning, you can't brace for that.
You can't brace for it.
You know, and that's going to be a hard fall for you. And most of y'all Edomites, if not all of y'all, are going to be bugged out. And Jake, a lot of Jakes, we've been accustomed to being on the bottom. We've been on the bottom for a long time. So the dynamic is going to be completely different. You know, for Jacob, it's going to be Edomites putting hell on Jacob. But for Edomites, it's going to be Edomites putting hell on Edomites.
Yeah. Because you Edomites this is a bad, like again, it's always been a bad time to be an Edomite, but in this time right now, because you're going to sober up and realize that you were lied to. See, when the lie was benefiting you, you didn't care. You didn't care. So you just went along with it. You had your little comfy jobs. You were able to go on a vacation. You were able to own a boat or two, a little RV, the typical Edomite packages. If you're an RV family, you had an RV. If you're a boating family, you had a boat. If you were up, you had a lake house. Different things that are drying up for you because your time is up. Now let's go back to Revelation 17.
Okay. All right, so this is
Okay, all right.
So this is Revelation 17 and
I think you're at 4.
4, and it says, "And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colors, and decked with gold and precious stones."
So there's a time where like a woman, she could wear that freakum dress and it shows the curves and everything, and you just be mesmerized by it. And that's what, at one point, that's what America really was. This place was mesmerizing. And it wasn't even that long ago, that it was still in its mesmerizing place. But that place is long gone at this time. And it's showing itself. So now you got this same woman that's aged, she's overweight, right? She's diseased, she's crazy. From living this debaucherous lifestyle. Like living a debaucherous lifestyle typically comes with different diseases, comes with different mental issues. So here it is. Imagine that same woman, but like 25, just aged with all the elements and issues that come from living a debaucherous lifestyle. You would be like, oh, get this. Imagine that woman now kissing on you. You be disgusted. You'd be like, please don't touch me. And that's where America is at this very moment, man. It's not tender and delicate as it once was.
And just to give a visual of what the brother was saying, have you ever had a lot of men have been through this. Have you ever had like a woman in high school or elementary school, and when you seen her, she was fine, and you're like, man, but she was fresh, what I'm saying? Fresh out the package, And then 20, 25 years later, 30 years later, 3, 4, 5 baby daddies later, you see her on Facebook. You like, is that the same person?
Yeah.
Like, ugh, that I used to like. You're like, that's not even the same person.
Facts.
Because this life has taken them to a place to where now that rough, debaucherous life has started to take effect on them. And now they actually look like who they really are.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, beautiful point. Keep going.
God. I continue it on. It says, actually, I'm going to start again. It says, the woman that was, this is Revelation 17 and 4, and it says, the woman that was arrayed in purple and in scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Verse 5, and it says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the abominations of the earth.
Yeah, the mother of harlots, because this harlot energy the elite used around the globe. He set up these other, like again, when you come into the understanding of these countries are corporations. So these other countries are whores too. It's just that America is the elite's bottom bitch. For lack of a better term, that's just what this place is. But this place, that's why again, when you go to other parts of the world, it's like you didn't leave America. You go there's McDonald's, there's KFCs, there's pop stars, and the whole. It's just America with different types of people. So that's why it's calling it the mother of harlots. All right. Now let me pull up my scripture again. Keep going.
This is verse 6. And it says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Yeah, because John was admiring. Imagine you visually seeing this. But we're living it, okay? And that's why it said mystery, because the biggest mystery is that this is Babylon the Great of the Bible. All the times that the Christians have read in Sunday school or on their own reading about Babylon and Babylon the Great, They always thought it was something else, not knowing that Babylon is 50 states in North America. All right, and it's going to be destroyed. Now, you can drop that, and we can go to Jeremiah 50 and 14 through 16.
This is the book of Jeremiah 50, and I'm going to start at, say, verse 14?
Yes.
Verse 14, and it says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about it. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord."
And that's what's happening. You know, this place has dealt treacherously. And that's another point too with harlots. You know, matter of fact, let me get us let me get another precept.
I got a quick one.
Go ahead.
Bring it up.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation 18 and 5. Actually, I'm gonna start at verse 4. This is Revelation 18 and 4. It says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities." You see, so like we always say, there's a length of time allotted to each nation to rule, and once that time is up, it's over with.
That's right.
And the Lord is long suffering, so He's been waiting for their iniquities, which is continual transgression of sin. You keep on doing the same shit, has reached up to the heavens, right? So these are nothing more but charges.
That's
you
right.
know? And just like the feds, you know, when you go to court and they watch you for a long time, so that they can get a bunch of charges against you.
Yep.
So there is no way you can get out of this. You cannot wiggle away. You can get something.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the Lord has done. America and Babylon the Great has reached up so many charges that they've come up to the heavens. They've come up so high. The Lord, like, well, they're up here.
I
now.
gotta do something.
I gotta do something. You know. So I just wanted to bring that out.
Good point. I'm gonna bring out this precept. This is Proverbs 29 and 3, and it says, "Whosoever loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father, but he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance." And America is a harlot. It's a whore. All right. And what have people been doing here? You have China, you have Japan, and so many other countries that own American debt. So they're invested into this place, and that's what happens if you're. That's why the scriptures speak about right here not keeping the company of harlots, because a harlot's mind frame is all what? How can I get your money? All right, whatever I got to do to get your money, even if it's to be deceitful. A lot of men get robbed by harlots. A lot of men get set up by harlots, and that's the same energy of which America has done to these other nations. So that's why it says in Jeremiah that those are arrayed around him to shoot the arrows. Because why? There's an energy that America has been pushing out and is going to push out that's going to cause these people to say, F it. Hit this place with everything we got. Because the scriptures speak about too, so not to be long-winded, but touching the jealousy of a man with a woman. And when you feel like, every man knows this, when you feel played by a woman, there's no worse feeling, and you see red like a bull. So take that and blow it up with the country and people that have invested billions, if not trillions of dollars into this place to what? Get a return.
Right. And if I could say, too, since the brother had brought out that point, America, you know, you go into Habakkuk, the second chapter, I believe is around the 14th to 15th verse, it's talking about he that is laden with thick clay.
Yep.
America, so we entered into the Federal Reserve Act, right? And that was what these bankers used to get a foothold over the American economy. And from there, well, they started AFRICOM, they started the Federal Reserve of Asia, France, and all of these different countries, right? And they've driven all of these other countries into severe debt. They were put on the Bretton Woods Agreement, which was the gold standard, and all of these other nations deposited their gold into the U.S. Treasury, and they never got a return on it. You think they forgot that shit?
Yeah.
You know? Then they took that and they said, okay, you can't give us our gold back. We're going to go on the oil standard and make the dollar the world reserve currency based off oil. And now we need to take your currency in order to buy oil so we can fuel our economy. And you're inflating the value of your currency, which is devaluing our currency. You see? So it's like, just like the brother said, a whore is trying to figure out how they can get your money, how they can steal from you, how can they take what you got, and that's what America's been doing to all these other nations for quite some time.
So now you got this diseased, infested, ugly whore doing this to you, and that's going to cause the mighty men around the world to lose it, as this is speaking on in Jeremiah 50. And if we could probably close up after this, unless you got any closing. This is my last one.
It's
Okay.
beautiful. It says, this is verse 15. It says, Jeremiah 50 and 15. It says, shoot against her round about. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she hath done, do unto her.
And that's it. Because what has she done unto others? Like you said, been deceitful, stealing, not dealing uprightly, backhanded deals, set it, however you want to look at it. That's what America, and aka Babylon the Great, has been doing to all the nations around the world. And that's why these other nations, something's going to happen that they're going to knock this place off the earth, man.
If I can say one
You
more
got it,
thing,
bro.
Bubba Shot. Also the wars. The proxy wars they do, where they kill off all these people, dropping bombs just to try to take their land and keep tensions going on between these nations and stuff like that. Do they not do that? And aren't the other nations starting to realize what's been going on for quite some time? Like, you got this horde that's causing all this death, war, and destruction in our land, and they're thousands of miles away. You know, people tired of that, man.
People are tired of that. So they're going to shoot at this place. So again, like we said, we wanted to touch on the fact that I guess in the spirit, we just left July 4th, and that patriotism and that spirit of trying to make this place hold on dear to that old way of thinking is going to fail miserably, as it already has, because this place is just a dirty whore, and the Lord was never with it. It's mystery Babylon. All right. So you got any closing points on that?
That's it, man.
All right, so Lord willing that this lesson was edifying, and until next time, we want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto our apostles and elders, and until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.